Hello, everyone. This is my project proposal for Studio One. The theme of my work is going to be exploring my grief. My mother passed away a couple months ago, and it's why I took fall quarter off. And while I've been, processing it and doing my best to kind of deal with it, I have not managed to explore it in my art yet. So I'm looking forward to that. This first piece I'm calling Barely There, and it's kind of about a loss of self. If you see the painting in the middle, that's what I did for formal aspects of painting for our piece that was supposed to mirror a classical master. And there was an element to it that I really enjoyed, especially like through the arm and how that kind of dissolves out. And I have not managed to manifest it the same way again. And I've been sketching and sketching, trying to figure it out. And then I came up with this. And so I'm really excited about this piece. I'm going to keep it roughly the same color scheme. And it's about the canvas. It's 24 by 30 oil paint. Hopefully take me roughly 2 weeks. So for this next piece, it's supposed to be kind of like a ripping open exposure. And I had done this sketch in the middle top a couple weeks ago, and I liked how raw it felt, but there was a couple things I didn't enjoy about it. Really the dark center and how stationary it is. I want something a little bit more dynamic, and then I think I wanted to go back to like that white heart at the middle. And so that's what this new sketch is. I think I will keep this roughly the same color scheme as the last one with a lot of neutrals, but I want to introduce kind of hints of color. I do not want to have it as bright as my self-portrait in the middle bottom, because that's not the same emotion at all. Probably 24 by 30 again, oil paint, 2 weeks. And I'm excited to kind of work out the proportions of this a little bit better. And then my third piece, I would really like to deal with more of a chaos element than I've got in any of the other pieces. Those are very like kind of symmetrical, straightforward compositions. I want something a little bit more dynamic. I had initially sketched the one directly above me, and I was like, I like it, but I think it's a little too straightforward. So the drawing, the ink drawing right here, I did for the drawing class here at SCAD, and I did not like how this manifested. It was much longer. There's much more to the composition. There's another hand reaching down, and I just was frustrated with how it turned out. I think it kind of gets lost, and I would really like to explore this kind of theme of just really chaotic, as opposed to this more stationary kind of thing. So the idea of the falling apart in a fall and it being just very wild would tie into like the other, because the other parts of the grief is a lot more straightforward. So this one I want to do a little bit larger than the other pieces. So I'm thinking roughly something around 30 by 40. I want to do brown. Well, I was thinking browns in the skin and then like maybe red and oranges through the tendrils, but then I'm realizing that's going to read like fire. And I don't really want it to read like fire, so I would be open to critique about what colors you could see with this. Hopefully also 2 weeks. And then the last main one that I'm presenting today would be Project 4, the lamp. So I have this lamp base. This is my photo right above me. And then above that, I found that frame to it. And they're both kind of twisting and spinning. And that would be kind of the whirlwind of emotion that I'd be trying to convey. Within that, I would do like the example from the Material in the Mind project where I have this woman falling. I would probably, there are 8 panels to this lamp. I would do probably like 4 with a figure and then 4 with a slightly more abstracted look to things. And yeah, I'm hoping if I get all the supplies and I can get it working well, I can manifest this in a week. I have a plan. If that plan fails, I don't know. Like it's a much more technical thing than it's all about like the layering of fabrics and how to keep their structural integrity while yeah, there's a couple ways I'm going to try it. So I'm curious. And the color scheme, I was thinking of keeping black and white for like super high contrast, and the light becomes the centerpiece, which is what I'd like. And then I did have a fifth idea if I need it, and it ties into the material and the mind sculpture I had done. I have not really manifested. There's a reason this isn't in like the main grouping of what I'm doing, is because I'm not happy at this moment with how this looks, and so I need to work on this. But that would be if like the lamp falls through or something like that. This would be a project in case. The book choices I have are The Sublime, The War of Art, Disrupted Realism. And yeah, this is just dedicated to my mom. Thank you so much.